Scarred and Jeff Heimbuch.
Hello and welcome back to the Live Fast, Die Poor podcast. I am your host, Tyler Evans, and with me as always is Jeff Heimbuch.
Hello.
And Justin Scarred.
Wow.
Why are you laughing already? We didn't even start doing it.
Nailed the intro that
You
time.
said hello in such a
So
deep
much
voice.
Hello.
I want to first give a shout out to Roscoe Soul Train of Roscoe Soul Train Express, or whatever his website is. I don't remember. But he made that awesome theme song that was more ska than I was expecting.
Which I totally am in love with.
But I love it. It's nice.
Yes.
So Thanksgiving just passed. It's a holiday celebrated in America and other places. And it's...
Which other places?
I don't know. I've never been.
I think
to
Canada has one.
Yeah.
Does Turkey have a Thanksgiving?
It's existed.
No, they get pardoned
Because
for
Thanksgiving
Thanksgiving.
has turkey,
No, Istanbul.
not Constantinople.
They might be giants. Is that where this is going?
Thanksgiving
Oh God,
has existed.
This got weird.
Well, you just made it weird.
I'll make it
Heimbuch.
weird
man,
because
don't-
I'm
hey,
mentioning
You just
it.
Heimbuch this podcast.
Aw, man.
So
Hashtag Heimbuch.
Thanksgiving has existed now
I hate that that's a thing.
for well over a decade.
At least.
I've celebrated it all 10 years and more, maybe. I don't know.
You're only 10?
Well, I'm 10. Double it. Add 5. So, math.
Common Core.
I was like, I'm looking at Justin for the answer to that one. 25.
Hey, don't look at
that's
me.
the
When it
answer.
comes to math, don't look at me.
So,
if you want sexy puppets, I'm your guy.
that is true. You should see his basement. It is terrifying.
Wait, what?
Don't worry about it.
Let's just move on.
Let's just move
Okay,
on.
move on it
Why
is.
are you making it weird again?
Back to
Heimbuch?
Thanksgiving. Come on.
Turkey Day is a dark day for me.
Why
And
is
for
it a dark
turkeys.
I once, when you're a child, you feel like you're immortal. You're like a cartoon character. Nothing bad can happen to you
Yeah, I get it.
until you reach
The
a certain
immortal
age
child.
where something happens. You're nearly hit by a bus, or you reach a point, or you get really sick, and you realize one day I am going to die.
Yeah.
At the tender young age of 7, 8, 9,
Happened to me at
probably
5.
8. Well, yeah.
I
Well,
was gonna say,
you lost several kidneys.
The kidney thing for you, and I feel like you almost got hit by a bus at this
Tender
point.
age of 7, I stepped out of my great aunt Ruth Ann's house.
Great Aunt Ruth Ann.
There was
May
a
God
half
rest her soul.
step
Nailed
there.
it.
At this, there was a stoop.
A stoop.
A bit of a stoop.
A turkey stoop.
I forgot it was there. I walked out of the house away from all the other human beings and thought it was a really good idea to eat some really dry turkey. And I choked on the turkey. And I was making the choking hands. I dropped the plate of food and everything.
But nobody
There
was around
no
to
one
see the choking hands.
And I
All
turned
for
around.
naught.
I remember looking through the screen door at the fattest chihuahua ever that hated me and thinking, I'm going to die. And the only person that is going to see it happen is this chihuahua named Duchess.
Why was he a person?
I don't know if it was a he or she.
Well, I have so many questions.
Okay.
One, why did you leave the Thanksgiving celebration?
I don't
Two,
know.
why was the turkey dry?
Well, who
it was
miscooked that
white,
turkey?
It was
Yeah.
a white meat.
Who?
And then what made you think, like, I'm going to go on a journey now. I need to parcel some turkey for the adventure because I don't know when I'm going to return.
I'm gonna get 3 steps into my journey to decide I'm hungry.
Yeah, so
Let's
then,
have the
so
turkey
then that's
now.
the next question. So you have it for your epic journey, your Lord of the Rings-esque trip to the edge of the parking lot.
Well, there was an RV
And then
outside
there
that
was-
I was looking at.
So you were walking to the RV?
Yeah, to look at it.
Okay.
What was in the RV that was so interesting that you were looking at?
I don't know.
Okay,
I wasn't
so
allowed inside.
at
of
what point do you decide,
Were you gonna go
like,
inside the RV?
At what point do
if
you
I could.
decide, like, never mind, I don't need this for later, I need this for now? And then you just decide, like,
Oh
it's,
man,
it's chow time.
these 3 steps made me really parched. I'm gonna have this
That's
dry
true,
turkey.
yeah.
I
How
don't
old
know.
were you at this point?
I was 7 or 8.
You were a
7.
dumb 7-year-old.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
That goes
And then,
without saying.
Did you
I'm
just,
pretty dumb.
you just,
Other-year-old now.
you
whatever
just
I
shoved
am.
it down your throat hole? Like, you
No,
didn't even try to
I
chew?
breathed it as I stepped off the step. You know, have you ever taken a step? You thought there was a step there wasn't, or
Oh, so you,
didn't
like,
know there
you
was a step.
tripped.
So I kind of
Okay.
did that trip thing where,
Yeah.
like, whoa, the ground was further down than I thought.
So you're-
And then as that happened, I think I went and breathed in a large piece of turkey.
So you put the turkey in your mouth
Hole.
before you
Yes.
stepped. Because
Yeah.
you're like... This,
As I stepped.
Because you don't want to lose the turkey. You don't want it to fall
Okay,
out of your
I
hand.
understand that,
breathed
yes.
the
In case
tur-
something's
I
happened.
inhaled the turkey off the fork and into my throat.
Whoa, there's a fork
Right.
in the equation
Yeah,
too. Wait a second,
there
that
was.
changed, you could have stabbed yourself at
Wait,
that point.
so you went into the kitchen, and you said, I
Why
want...
do we have
a-
to go step? Is this a crime?
You want a turkey piece, so you just
What
take
was
a
nearly
fork and you
murder?
stab into it, and then you walk out, and you're
No,
like...
there was
Wait,
a plate.
time out.
Okay.
So you're saying he walked out with just this singular piece
No,
of turkey
I was,
on the
I
fork?
just said
That's what
I
I'm
had a
picturing.
plate. I had a plate of food. I'm carrying it because I didn't want to sit at the kids' table. I was 8. I took the bite of the food, and as I took the bite, stepping out of the screen door, I didn't know there was a little bit of a half step, and then I went as I did that and breathed. That was the last breath I almost ever took.
So did you make it to Mount Doom or not? That's the
Yeah,
real
yeah.
question.
Did I what?
Did you make it to Mount Doom or not?
Well, let's not get silly. What was... what I want to know
silly.
is what was in the RV?
Nothing.
Was it worth the trip?
No.
To look
I
at the
see what you did
RV?
because he tripped over the soup. I totally got that.
So anyway, the point of the story is, I was thankful that day
For not dying.
Right. Well, what's going through your head at 7 years old? You picturing the first 6 years?
I don't know because
The kiss behind the swing set.
How can you be behind the swing set when this,
man.
it's literally like 4 bars?
You can step
at
behind
the
a
foot
swing
of the
set.
slide.
hide behind the bar. What are you, Kate Moss?
You're just
You're
behind
not gonna
Hey,
see you.
There's people swinging.
That was a skinny joke. High five.
There's people swinging. So you're just trying to hide from your
Hey,
teacher,
people weren't
Mr. Gunderson.
swinging at the elementary
He
school.
teaches PE because things aren't going the way he planned, but it's cool. He's getting it together. So Heimbuch and I are Califorphans, or California orphans out here.
Is that what we're calling it now?
Yeah,
Califorphans?
Califorphans.
That just sounds like
Califorphans.
California abandoned you.
Well,
That does sound like that.
well,
Instead
not
of
the
the
way I
reverse.
said it. It's the way you heard it. So
Fair enough.
It's good to go. Has it been? How long have you been in California? 6 months.
6 months? No, like a year and a half at this point.
I don't know what New Jersey's like.
Like, time does not travel differently there.
I don't know.
And
It's a
even if it
weird
did, I've
place.
been here for a year and a half.
So has it been weird?
No,
Eating Thanksgiving
you're making
away
it
from your
weird.
family. You're making it weird. Not having any family, no Joyzy people.
We have family, but they're like friends' family.
That's
So it's
not
not like
what- that-
family.
Oh, so you have people.
Monica,
Yes.
That you-
Ross.
Yeah.
Monica and Ross and
Remember
Chandler.
when Chandler
That
did
Chandler
that
did
thing?
that thing, yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
I don't even
what-
like that show.
Just to be
Why are
clear-
we talking about Friends?
What you're saying
Why
is you
wouldn't
guys
we?
are both from other states.
Yeah.
And you're now out here
Yeah,
for
we're
holidays,
Califorphans.
and you have no blood relations.
So
no
what
kin.
you moved out here on a wing and a prayer with a dream and a knapsack, and it's time for Thanksgiving.
I thought it was a suitcase and a dream.
Absack?
a knapsack.
I heard knapsack. I don't know what you were hearing.
Well, you have
I was taking a nap.
you have a sack full of things to nap with. It's a knapsack. It's obvious.
I have never
What do
heard
you-
that explanation before.
Were you sitting alone in your?
What do you think those homos
Dark-
were carrying?
You're right.
Stuff to nap with.
On trains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jimmy crack corn and I don't care.
Corncob pipe.
Did you eat a lean cuisine in a dark apartment?
You mean
Your
last
first
year?
time?
Yeah,
No,
last year.
no. We had a Friendsgiving last year. We had it in the home we were living in with our 2 other roommates, and then we
Yeah.
had 2 other friends came over.
You have friends?
Yeah.
Sounds like
Oh,
a big.
It's weird, right?
Sounds like a big party.
It was a super huge part. Actually, no. 3 friends came over.
Oh,
Whoa.
you got 3 friends out
3,
here.
and we had Pillsbury things.
You had
Clearly-
Pillsbury things.
Apparently he's doing pretty well for
Biscuits.
himself.
Whoa, that first
Those-
Thanksgiving, it worked out pretty well for me.
man. They've got him an entourage.
Getting the big bucks. I could buy 1 can of Pillsbury
Getting the
biscuits.
Heimbuchs.
The Heimbuchs.
That's pretty good, man. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You did it.
What did you do
You
for
came
your
out here on a
Thanksgiving?
What did you do for Thanksgiving?
Well, I had Canadians giving with Justin's family both times.
That's true.
Why was it Canadians
Well,
giving?
the first time wasn't Canadians giving. It was really just a
First of all,
motley
Canadian
assortment.
Thanksgiving is like 4 months ago.
My Canadian...
Don't make stuff up.
My
I know
dad
all
was
about
born in
culture.
Canada.
Who was born in Canada?
My dad.
Oh, I
and
didn't know
his
that.
mom
That's
lives
why it says
down here.
tomorrow sometimes.
So we had...
Tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a story.
Does it say a boot?
Well, it's mostly because I
What's
watch
that
Back to the
about?
Future. So,
I watched Degrassi a lot.
Yeah,
It's
I
amazing.
was gonna get it from South Park. It could
my
go either way.
Nana
Yeah.
had Thanksgiving at her house this year.
She said it was the first time she cooked Thanksgiving in like 30 years.
Tyler,
Whoa.
yeah, probably.
Mhm.
Tyler came to it and ate all of the food.
That's not true at all.
All.
How much of the food did you have?
All.
I had a plate.
I just told you.
And then she
That
gave
was
me
all the food.
She gave me mashed potatoes in a sandwich bag, which I thought was genius. It was so cool. No one
Did
ever
you
does
eat it
that.
out of the sandwich bag?
What do you need?
Kinda.
Why do you need a hard shell container for mashed potatoes?
You don't. That's what I'm saying.
Wait, did you take it home or did you literally just eat it out of the sandwich
Well,
bag?
what
at
I
the dinner
did,
table?
I
At the
opened
dinner
the
table.
sandwich bag.
Okay.
I got a butter knife. And do you guys ever do Thanksgiving sandwiches, or is that just me?
Like after Thanksgiving.
Where you-
I'm pretty
pretty
sure
sure that's
no,
just
like
you.
where
Or
you have
during
where you have a
Thanksgiving.
roll, and you split it open, and you do a layer mashed potatoes, a layer turkey, and a layer dressing or
I'm
going
gonna
to
go out on a limb here and say that's not common.
No, you totally.
But
do
are
that.
you doing it on the actual Thanksgiving day or
Or he's
after
talking about
the
the
fact?
next day.
Well, no, I did it later that night.
Later that night, I think it's perfectly
Yeah,
acceptable.
I
That's
didn't
fine.
do it the next day.
If you did it at the dinner table, I would have called you.
That would have
out
been
on it.
weird.
I think I did do it. At the
I don't
dinner
think
table.
you did.
Maybe I definitely did it when I got home, and it was amazing. Except your grandmother put cran raisins in the stuffing, which
What's
I
a
thought was
cran
strange.
raisin?
I heard crayon raisin.
Oh,
Cran
cran
Yeah.
raisin?
It's like a cranberry, but a raisin.
Craisins?
She put it in the.
guess.
I'm gonna go with craisins.
You
did
can
she
say
do?
cran raisin.
I had my
I've
own
never heard
food
cran
because
raisin.
I have to eat all gluten free.
Yeah, his food tastes
So
like.
could you have turkey?
Yeah, I had the turkey, and then we had a special gravy.
Oh
with,
yeah.
with gluten-free flour, which tasted just like normal gravy.
Yeah.
And then there was a other food that I don't remember. that
Ah,
also.
you had a great
There was
Thanksgiving.
so much
you can't
weird
remember it.
stuff. It wasn't like George at all. You had pineapples.
Well, that was just because she knows my dad likes
Pineapples.
pineapple.
Yeah, and there was
You have that for
there was
Thanksgiving?
Jello, which I thought was strange. For
Well,
There's
As a
actually
dessert
nothing
or
wrong
during-
with Jello.
Well, I'm not
It's
saying
for
it's just
dessert.
not. It's not a Thanksgiving food.
It's not a Thanksgiving food, but people do have it.
It's
Like they
not
have a Jello
Thanksgiving
mold.
specific food, but I don't think that Thanksgiving precludes the use of Jello.
I don't know if they do this in Jersey, but there was no macaroni, which freaked me out.
There's
Everybody
supposed
has
to be
mac and
macaroni for
cheese.
Thanksgiving?
Yeah,
We had
Thanksgiving.
mac and cheese this year for
Boom.
Thanksgiving.
Mac and cheese Thanksgiving
For
is just
real.
a part of it.
Oh, okay.
And you guys,
I don't know if it's a traditional. Like I don't know if the Pilgrims brought it to
They
Thanksgiving.
did. They brought
They
mac
did.
and
They brought
cheese.
macaroni.
It was craft.
The
yeah.
Italian Pilgrims.
The oldest
The
company
real
in America.
Pilgrims.
Oh, the real
Yeah.
Pilgrims. My apologies. I had
They're
no idea.
stuffing is so strange. It's taking me a while to get used to. It's okay.
Why you don't like stuffing?
We have
Yeah,
dressing back
dressing.
home.
instead
What
of
is
stuffing.
dressing?
Okay,
consist
so
of?
what's
You say
Stuffing
dressing? I
with gravy
hear.
in it.
Really?
No, not at
Yeah.
all.
Oh.
Pretty much.
Not at all. What stuffing
I'm gonna
is?
go with Justin's explanation on this one. That sounds pretty plausible.
I grew up in the South. What happened
but
with
he read about it in a book.
stuffing is basically bread. Stuffing from
Not
what?
me personally, but a guy I know.
Stuffing is like
Let's interrupt him
breadcrumbs.
more. He's never going to explain.
never gonna get
Listen,
through it.
we know what stuffing is.
Trust me,
Explain
I'm
what
well
dressing
aware.
Is.
Oh, I'm trying to compare.
No, don't compare. Just
no,
explain.
just explain what
Just
it is.
let me do my
No,
thing.
go ahead, do it.
Hey,
Do
he
it.
wants to do his
Stuffing.
So you put it on salad too? For
Stuff-
dressing?
Come on, man. Stuffing is breadcrumbs and like cranberries and all this weirdo stuff. Dressing is made out of cornbread, sage,
nothing wrong with that.
chicken, gravy, and pepper.
That's
And
exactly
What is-
amazing.
what stuffing is.
There's
That's
no
pretty much
breadcrumbs
what-
involved at all.
Yeah, but
It's a totally different
Actually,
thing.
you know what? Stuffing, like stovetop stuffing, like is that mostly made out of wet croutons or?
That's exactly
for the
right.
most part, I think it is.
You can
actually.
I
slice-
can't have stuffing anymore, so I'll never. The dry stuffing will never be inflicted upon my palate ever again, as long as I live.
You could slice stuffing like pie. I'm sorry, dressing. You can't do that with
Then-
stuffing.
I don't know what
thoroughly
dressing
confused.
is. I have no idea. Where does
Just
it
Google
call
dressing. It's amazing. It's called
I'm pretty sure Newman's Own will pop up,
it's called dressing in the southeast, dude.
or half.
I'm just
nude
saying it's
pictures
fantastic.
that I don't want to see.
Probably.
Oh, and you
Those.
guys didn't have ham, which I didn't mind. I'm
We
just
had
saying
ham
it's
yesterday.
weird,
Listen,
yeah.
listen. I want to say this for the record, and I put this out there in the Sometimes vlog, and I stand by it, that when I show up to a Thanksgiving dinner and somebody serves me a ham and there is no turkey, I'm disappointed.
Well,
had
it's not
ham
just
and turkey.
ham.
Listen,
ham
listen,
and
listen.
turkey.
We have
That's
ham,
it.
If I
turkey, and
show
chicken
up
back
and there
home.
is no turkey, and
Duck
you bring me
sometimes.
a ham, a fresh, delicious. I don't care. A
Turducken?
delicious ham.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be upset.
What else was good?
I'm not rude, so I'm going to appear to be polite and positive. But
You'll eat the ham.
If I am facing Thanksgiving dinner with no turkey, I'm inside. Just for the record,
just angry,
future
yeah.
future in-laws or whoever it's relevant to,
Me,
I'm gonna
probably.
be disappointed. With you. Yeah, probably. You're pretty much my density.
Gluten-free stuff, when your
That's a
family
future
makes it,
reference.
is like the only time it's okay. Because gluten-free stuff usually tastes like if an old lady foot was made out of crackers.
That's
Like,
not
if we're
true
being honest.
because
Why
there's
would
a lot
you
of
be eating
really
an
good.
old lady foot?
Why would
how do you know what
I
it
guess we
tastes
can't
like?
How do you know
fuss
what a
with-
regular old lady foot tastes like?
Hey, I've been around.
How old is an old lady, Tyler? You know, someone who's a senior citizen is still a person.
I'm
Why are
just-
you laughing? They are.
It's not a joke, Heimbuch.
Yeah, come on, Heimbuch.
Sorry, my bad.
Ageism is a thing.
All right, guys. So the best thing that's happened to our lives today, the most only important thing for the next couple weeks, the new Star Wars trailer.
How did we jump from Thanksgiving to? I'm not done talking
It's
about
called a
dressing.
segue,
That was a
Heimbuch.
terrible segue. We're talking about dressing some more.
Come on, man. You can't just go.
I've
with the
never had
flow.
dressing before.
You know what would be a
Anytime.
terrible segue?
What?
One with only one wheel.
Oh,
You wouldn't get far with that.
no, you couldn't.
You couldn't just let me
Just
move
like
to
Tyler
the next
didn't
bit.
get far with his segue.
All right.
I want to own a Segway. We should invest in a Segway.
Can we talk about Star Wars? We got to go back on dressing for 10 minutes.
Segways are the way of the future, and there is your
Can we talk
Segway
about
because Star Wars
segues?
happens in
It's
the
the most
future.
useful invention ever.
That
and
was a
no one
perfect
has
segue.
one.
Boom.
Whoa,
See,
whoa.
that was a good
I missed
segue.
it. What happened?
That
I
was
was
not
talking
what
over
that
you.
was.
Forget it. You'll have to go back and listen later on.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
podcast.
Rewind. So anyway, Star Wars, am I right?
That's a thing.
Brilliantly done.
Well done, Tyler. Well,
You guys, I just
end of
need a
that
better
conversation.
I tried so hard not to care about The Force Awakens. The title was announced, and I thought, that's neat.
team. It's not episode
Primarily
7,
because
right?
they took the episode 7 off the
Right.
title, and just, I'm sure it'll say it in the title crawl.
In the
but
crawl, it
but
will
it
say that,
says The Force Awakens. I thought, that's neat, but I'm not going to get excited. I've been duped before. Fool me once.
George Lucas.
Shame on
George Lucas.
George.
Shame on me.
George.
Fool me twice.
Still
you
shame
fool
on
me,
you.
you won't get fooled again.
Yeah.
So
The
I
Who.
watched-
I heard it.
the trailer today and thinking, I'm gonna care. It's gonna be a good movie. J.J. Abrams has a lot to lose by
Yeah.
screwing it up. No one's even gonna remember Lost if he screws this one up.
He's
Back
rolling
up.
the dice.
I'll remember Lost.
And well,
Carry on.
you're a different story.
You'll still be making your fanfics.
Whatever, dude. I don't care. He's not joking. There is one out there,
so
Look
guys.
that up.
close to
It's
the
amazing.
truth.
It's called Off the Island.
So I thought
True, they're not even
I'm-
on the island.
I'm not going to care about this as much as I possibly can help it. And then I watched it and I piddled a little.
Did you?
Did
Was
you
it a
really?
little
I
piddle?
think I did.
Was that the first time or the third time
I
you
don't
watched
think
it?
I literally peed, but the idea of peeing crossed my mind. That's how good.
What
Was it
It
because
was
you
like-
drank a lot of water?
Yeah.
It was like a 90-second teaser, but it's still so amazing.
Let's get it right. It was 88 seconds long.
Ooh.
88 seconds long.
They were very specific about it being 88 seconds long.
It didn't show any of the original cast, which I thought
No,
was genius.
which I thought I was kind of upset
Whoa,
at
wait a
first
minute.
until
Should
I
we-
watched it the fourth time.
Should we point out that there are spoilers ahead?
Are there spoilers?
Pause
Star Wars?
and go watch the teaser trailer.
Why haven't you watched it yet?
I don't know, but
Yeah.
just in case
It's
the last
88
man on
seconds
Earth
long.
hasn't watched the teaser trailer, let's just say there's spoilers.
I watched it twice on the way here.
I
There was
believe
nothing
it's-
about it that was bad.
No, everything.
No, it was
well,
great.
all right. Let's back up for 1 second.
Whoa.
I did find.
Uh-oh. Already the contrarian.
Wait.
Oh, come on, Heimbuch. Don't Heimbuch this trailer for me.
The hilt of the lightsaber with the two things popping out
The
of the
Sith
side.
Army knife?
The
With
Sith Army knife.
which I think is a genius name. At first, I thought that's kind of weird, but then how is he gonna hit? Like, is he gonna hit midgets?
Why
with
can't
those
you
two
just
small
love
ones?
adventure and
Because here's the
friendship?
thing.
I'm
Heimbuch?
sorry, I
For
can't.
years, I thought when Luke and Darth Vader are fighting Return of the Jedi, which is Empire really, where it's much slower than the way they fight today.
Yeah.
I thought, what's to stop one of them from sliding the lightsaber down the other lightsaber and into the other one's hand?
Okay,
Right.
now that you say that, I'll
And so
accept
when I
that
saw
point.
the Sith Army knife in the trailer, I thought that is genius.
that makes sense.
It's not for hitting people with. It's not to poke tiny holes in
It's to
people's-
protect your hands.
It's to protect your hands.
Okay,
Or to
I'll
open-
accept that
Protect your
explanation.
evil lightning shooting hands.
Or to open soup cans.
Listen, after the Sith, after every Sith and Jedi in the galaxy at that point had lost at least
done.
one hand, they thought, we should do something about this.
That was a big epidemic, I remember.
It was.
That was
Luke,
probably
Darth,
a
others.
Luke thing. He probably
Yeah.
pushed that through the Senate and said, "We need to get
Who
this
else,
done.
did anyone
Protect
else
hands."
lose a hand? If anyone loses a hand in the new Star Wars movies, I'm
Everybody-
going to lose my mind.
I feel
Well,
like there were two
no more
staples
hands.
of every Star Wars.
Someone lose an
trilogy.
arm.
Yeah.
Well,
Somebody has to lose a hand, and they have to begin on Tatooine. Those are the two staples.
really
What about
hope-
Alderaan?
I
Just
really
kidding.
hope
No.
this is
Just
no
kidding,
trilogy.
guys.
Can I
You're
just
looking
say
for
that?
Alderaan in
I just
all
hope
wrong
it's not a
places.
trilogy. I know they don't have a new trilogy, but I want the spin-off movies, and let's not make it. Do we have to do it in threes? I know it's the magic.
Apparently,
number.
we do.
Well, let me tell you this. No matter what this movie is, as long as it doesn't have emo Anakin, I'm going to be so happy.
It's gonna have emo Anakin.
At any age, no, he's dead. He's long gone.
I wrote you a poem, Padme. It's the dark side of my tears.
Oh my god.
Did you guys see Jumper? That was good.
That was great how he used the Force in Jumper. I love that movie.
I'm excited though.
yeah.
Everyone's making fun of the droid. They're saying it's the FIFA. What did you say?
I said it was the FIFA Star Wars 2015
I'm
droid.
down with it.
I would play that game.
Like
I'm not
the
gonna
son
lie.
of Vincent from Black Hole.
Also, I like the young, confused Denzel Washington in the first 30 seconds of the trailer.
That was good.
The Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
What does that sound?
What sound?
Did you hear the sound of explosions just now?
No.
Was
Okay,
Michael Bay
it's just
directing
me.
a movie?
What are you talking
No,
about?
it sounded like a Michael Bay movie. Next
Really?
time.
It might be the Disneyland fireworks, actually.
Yeah.
You can actually
You can
hear
hear
them
from here?
When the wind is blowing the right
That's
way, you can hear them
insane,
pretty
man.
well from over here. You can't see them, but you can hear them pretty well.
I like the way the droid was very jiggly. I like the way
Jiggly
that I
droid.
saw-
Jiggly droid.
The Pokemon.
This is why I
Yeah,
warned about
remember.
spoilers.
I choose
Today-
you, Jiggly Droid.
Today was the greatest day of my life because I saw
Yeah?
new canon Star Wars footage
Yes.
of X-Wings,
X-Wings
TIE
are real.
fighters,
Mhm.
rebel pilots, stormtroopers,
Mm-hmm.
a
And the
red lightsaber that only came out of at least one side, kinda, and there was a hint of Millennium Falcon.
And there was
Did
more
you
than a
guys-
hint of Millennium
Did you guys
Falcon.
notice the secret about the Millennium Falcon? The nerdy thing? I'm asking the audience because you guys...
'Cause we already
obviously-
know.
They can't answer.
Yeah, well, Justin, please.
I'll answer for them. Yes, we did. The square radar dish.
Because it was knocked off.
It was knocked off in Return of the Jedi
So we need a new one.
inside the second Death Star. And why would Han just replace it with another circle when he makes it out of stuff as he goes along?
Alright,
He
we're
would
getting
totally
nerdy
find
now.
a different one.
We obviously had girlfriends in high school. So
Well, I had a lot of... Okay. I mean,
I had one and a
nope.
half.
I totally had none girlfriends.
But who was? I want to know who was actually.
I only had one
flying
at a time.
I had one and a half.
Everything in
total.
moderation.
One in moderation. Oh my god.
Well, I make it my rule. It's like everything I do. One at a time.
I want to say it was Han's kids that were flying the.
I think the
Falcon.
same thing.
Because I
too,
think
yeah.
he's too old.
I think
it's
it's got to be Han Solo, man.
I don't think so because
No
I
one's
think
too old to
kind of
pilot.
like
That,
here.
yeah, okay, fair.
They need to test older drivers every couple of years,
The
much like
Chewie
Han Solo.
is-
Chewie didn't look any older. He didn't look gray or anything. He was just hanging
Chewie
out.
wasn't in the trailer.
Yeah, wasn't he?
No, he wasn't.
he
Were
wasn't.
you watching the same
Oh
trailer
no,
we
I'm
watched?
sorry. I was thinking of a fake trailer. I watched a couple.
Oh
of
yeah,
them.
that fake trailer was a fake trailer.
It was
with-
fun
with
though.
It was,
footage
that
of
was
Chewie.
actually the one
Yeah.
that the New York Times posted today.
I
It's like,
hate it.
here's the great
Yeah.
new
My
My only
trailer.
question about the new trailer, quote unquote, the fake new trailer, which will not be a thing by the time. This
Wait, the
podcast airs
actual
in 5
real
minutes.
trailer or the fake trailer?
The fake trailer.
Okay.
My only thing is, where the heck did they get the footage of Mark Hamill in a Jedi robe with his old man face?
Yeah.
Where'd that footage
Oh,
come from?
they did, computer generated that. That's
But
very
it looks
easy to do.
so good.
It looks
actually,
good, yes.
that was the one clip where I was like, where'd they get this from? Did somebody convince him to dress up for like a
I
Jimmy Kimmel
think-
skit I missed or
No,
something?
I think they took footage for him from an interview when he was talking about voiceovers or something because it looked familiar to me, and I think they just superimposed it.
Well, it stuck his
onto,
face on
yeah,
somebody.
onto some other.
It went by
footage.
so quick, but
Yeah.
it looked pretty
If the
good.
Force
looked
Awakens
good.
has half that
Honestly,
technology,
yeah, it would be great.
The actual teaser started and it shows those hills in Saudi Arabia where Qatar or wherever they were filming. It kind of looks like or Qatar. How do you pronounce that?
Qatar hero.
Is that where they filmed? it?
Guitar
keep
Hero?
going
Is
on.
that what you just said?
Egypt.
It's fun.
Wherever,
It's cool.
Tatooine,
whatever.
wherever they
Just let it
are.
happen.
I'm gonna say Tatooine.
That looked very similar
I
to
think it
the
was
shots they
Tatooine,
showed in the
yeah.
fake trailer.
It did.
The fake trailer's no longer.
When I watched it this morning, I was like, this
Did it
may
have
be
the
a fake
twin
trailer.
sons?
No, there were no binary sons. There's
You
nothing
couldn't
to
see any
suggest it
sons
was
whatsoever.
Tatooine for sure.
Except for young Denzel Washington being confused. That was the only thing you saw at that
I
point.
love that it started with him because
Yeah.
it was a stormtrooper clearly with no helmet.
With no helmet.
Oh, which you never
Also,
really saw.
the new stormtrooper look with the black under the
It's
eyes a little bit, it's so
sick.
good.
It's so
I like
good.
it a
They
lot.
found a way to pop stormtroopers back into my life,
Right.
make them look new and sleek. The rebel helmets were all different, the X-wings
Mm-hmm.
are a little bit different, and I did not hate it. Because let me tell you, folks, and maybe some people will hate me for this, so especially the younger people, I hate clone troopers.
Me
I just
too.
don't think
So
they look
much.
cool. I think they look like less cool stormtroopers. And
We're
so you
talking
can
about
say,
from episode
they
2,
look cool-
right?
Yeah, they
Okay.
look cool compared to other stuff. They don't look cool compared
Did you
to
watch? Did you
stormtroopers.
watch Clone Wars at all?
Yeah,
the TV show.
a lot.
Are you watching the new one, Rebels? Now.
Rebels is so much better.
Rebels is amazing.
Everyone complains because the animation's less stylized. They say the
I think-
animation's
I
less
think it's so good, though.
I think it's awesome.
I think it's great.
I don't watch it. It's not canon.
It is canon.
It
No,
is
it isn't.
canon.
No, it is canon. They
Tyler.
announced that this is canon.
Okay, well then I will watch.
If Jake
is totally
Lloyd
canon.
is canon,
He's not.
This is
Unfortunately,
canon.
Jake Lloyd is canon.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Jake Lloyd? What is he doing these days?
I think he works at the Arby's next to my house.
Does he really?
I think so.
Oh, we should go and give him a high five.
they don't
Hey,
serve
good
anything
pod racing,
gluten-free
bro.
at Arby's.
Why
so-
would we give him a high five for ruining the franchise?
Hey, it's
I'm-
not his fault.
It's not his
Jake
fault.
Lloyd's cool.
I'm pretty
Is
sure
he?
He was
Hayden
in that other
Christensen was
movie.
the one was ruining
What
it.
was that other movie
Yeah.
Jake Lloyd was in? before Star
He
Wars?
was in.
He was in a movie with another
Phantom
celebrity.
Menace.
No, before
Alley
that.
Cat Strikes.
Either way, Jake Lloyd. if
Brink.
you're out
He was
there.
a Brink.
Yeah, Brink. That's the one.
It's
Yeah.
not your fault, Jake.
Yes, it is.
I love you.
It's mostly your fault.
He was a cute kid.
Yeah, that
What was
is.
he
Yeah.
supposed to do? Look at your mom and be sad. Say things about midi-chlorians.
Look at your mom and be sad.
Oh, hey.
Sad.
Let me talk to a flying four-winged monster that's not actually with a long
good
nose.
movie. And there are so many people who are. Yeah, see, normally we focus on the positive. What happened here? But
Okay, here's
We're
what
talking about something we really
of,
care
of the
about.
three
Yeah, I'm
prequel
really
trilogies,
passionate
which one
about
would you
this.
like prefer the most?
Say that again.
Of the three
Three
prequel
prequel-
trilogies, which one did
You
you
mean
like the
movies?
most?
Oh,
Yeah.
Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith you like the
Yeah.
most? Which one did you like?
none.
No, but if you have
I
to,
you
saw
have
a
to
fan
pick
edit
one.
of all three combined into one movie.
I
and
actually
that
saw
was
that
the best
too.
thing
That
ever.
actually was pretty
That was the
awesome.
best.
I haven't seen that. I'd like
That's
to check
the
it
It
out.
was
best
really
Star
good.
Wars prequel.
Yeah.
They're all equally bad.
Dude, you have to
And
pick.
everyone
You have to play
pick
the
one.
game.
No,
I know.
because-
I think Phantom Menace is pretty terrible.
Revenge of the Sith is the best one, I guess. That's the standard answer.
Are you saying that because it was the last one and you didn't have to watch anymore after that?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
The minimal amount of Hayden Christensen being a hateful brat at the end, there was nothing good about those prequel movies. I could have lived without them. And hello, if you watch episode 1 through 6, what is it? 5? Empire Strikes Back, the greatest movie of all time, is now completely ruined because now we know who Darth Vader is.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah.
Prequels were unnecessary.
Yeah.
Well, we need to know.
And listen, George Lucas, I love you. I really do. I
don't.
respect the heck out of you, and I don't even mind about the prequels. I'm still a fan.
Eh.
But listen,
You had a lot of help from Lawrence Kasdan.
We need to
so
make
Stephen
Darth
Spielberg.
Vader a figure where people are really
He kind of looks like Jabba the Hutt
people
now.
are sympathetic.
Have you seen
to
pictures
him.
of him lately? He kind of looks like Jabba
I
the
don't
Hutt.
want people to be sympathetic to Darth Vader. He's the bad guy.
Yeah.
You're already sympathetic to him at the end.
Yeah,
where
so
he
you have to be
saves
sympathetic
Luke,
to him at the end
and
of
he
Revenge.
really wants to
I
have
mean,
a
Return.
relationship with his son, but he's dying. I was already sympathetic, kinda.
Yeah. Who pictured?
What happened to poor Sebastian Shaw? Is just not in the movie anymore.
Who pictured that
apparently.
guy having the voice of James Earl Jones?
Right?
Not me, for sure.
Not me.
I was
Yeah.
disappointed. I am
What-
disappointed.
What I already love is you can tell that J.J. Abrams made it like a lived-in.
So this
like,
is
universe
this
again.
hold on. This is where I make up for the fact that I waxed a little negative, which is that this teaser trailer already looked to me more
Yeah.
like Star Wars,
Like the original
than
Star Wars.
All
Yeah.
three of those movies.
Everything looked
together.
lived in. It was all old. It was rustic.
It looked
It
exciting.
looked good again.
The
Yeah.
acting in the beginning of what did you call him? Confused Wesley Snipes.
Confused?
What
No, Denzel Washington.
Denzel
Not Wesley.
Washington.
Let's not insult Denzel Washington by calling him Wesley
Okay, I'm
Snipes.
sorry,
okay,
Denzel.
He's
So-
not Blade.
The very beginning with that stormtrooper who looked confused was already better acting than
Yeah.
anything.
To be honest with
Anything
you,
in the
the first
prequels.
time he popped up, I'm like, this is a fan film. That's exactly what this is. But then the rest of it happened and was
And
much
Natalie
better.
Portman is a great actress. So what happened there? Well, that's a whole separate podcast.
Yeah, we'll
I'm
just
sorry.
we could do 6
going
podcasts
on
just on
about-
these
about
movies.
Natalie
Anyway, the
Portman.
point is, the trailer came out. It's fantastic, and I'm now excited despite myself
Yes.
because I didn't want to be episode 1 again, and I'm going
Yeah.
to be if it's bad, but it's going to be good.
I told
Surprise!
I
Disney
actually
didn't mess
have
it up.
I have faith. I'm going to use the Force. I'm going
Right.
to trust my feelings, and this movie's going to be good. I'm putting it out there.
Stay on target.
I told
Yep, putting it
Justin
out
for months that I wasn't going to be one of those people that waited in line to see episode 7. Now I totally am. I'm going to be there.
I'm not camping out.
I
I'm
might
not going to camp out. I'll find a theater where I
Yeah.
can see it at midnight and purchase my ticket online in advance.
That's
and don't
fine.
care if sit
I
next
agree
to
with
my
that
friend.
plan.
I'm going to do that now. I'm going to be in line.
You're gonna be in line.
You're
I'm not going to camp, but I'll go with him.
Why are you going to be in line? Just walk in after everybody else walks in.
Yeah.
And take whatever's
I mean, I don't care if I'm sitting in the back row.
You
That's
have a
fine.
ticket.
I don't need to sit in the front row.
Okay.
I'm not used to the internet.
Tyler's
I
a
only
nerd.
it only came to
Find
Georgia
a
2
theater in
years
a town
ago.
with only 20 people and 30 seats. You're
Yeah.
good.
I think-
line.
I think we're good to go.
If anyone knows where one of those theaters is, please.
So yeah,
contact
please let us know.
Okay,
We'll be there in
now
Nebraska.
Segway. So,
That was the whole
what?
word.
Can we get a Ross?
Jeez.
If you're out there, can we get a new theme song for Segway?
yeah, Segway.
We need to talk about these segues beforehand because these are terrible.
Okay, what's next?
I just thought, well, you ruined the first one. It would have gotten
I didn't
better if
ruin
went.
it. You did a terrible job with it.
next time on the Segway podcast.
So, Heimbuch.
Ah, that's funny.
Heimbuch, we're at...
Jeff Heimbuch?
Jeff Heimbuch?
I was hoping we'd go an entire podcast without that happening, but clearly that was not the case.
We are
Who's
at...
talking? Is it Jeff Heimbuch?
we are at Heimbuch's house for this particular podcast.
It's called the E-Ticket Lounge. Thank you.
the
kindly.
E-Ticket Lounge.
We're in
And-
Heimbuch's moderately sized palace.
And it was all paid for because he is a famous, incredibly successful Disney author. And the latest line of his books outselling Stephen King and Dean Koontz combined.
Oh, I wish.
with a
Heimbuch
little
is not affiliated with
John
Walt
Grisham.
Have you
sprinkled on top.
read the new Stephen King book? It is pretty awesome.
Well, I don't read. I don't know how.
Oh, Tyler.
He's a writer. You can't
I can write. I can't read.
Listen, guy, you can read good.
Anyway, Heimbuch just
You
came
don't
out
speak good.
with a new book, Main Street Windows, as told to Jeff Heimbuch.
By
Why
Rolling
is
Crumb.
By Rolling
everything
Crumb.
as told to Jeff Heimbuch? I forgot you posted that picture on Instagram when we went out last week. The field guide to fields.
We didn't go out.
Well,
We didn't
Well,
go
we
out.
did.
we kind of went
Well,
out.
I mean, we didn't go out,
We
but
all
we all collectively
went
as a group
out.
went out somewhere.
Was that not a group date?
Let's just.
Is that not what that means?
It was not a group date.
So
Anyway, the field guide to fields, as
I-
told to Jeff Heimbuch, was a pretty hilarious post.
Instagram.
I've walked down Main Street USA about 100 times. And what made you, Heimbuch, say, you know what? This needs to be documented for future generations.
Because no one else really did it before. That's
not
why.
true.
That's not true.
That is not true. Someone did it before, but they were not allowed to expand upon everything. So I wanted to expand upon everything.
And it's not just Disneyland either.
No,
is it?
it's Disneyland, it's Magic Kingdom, it's Hong Kong Disneyland, it's Tokyo Disneyland, it's all the Disneylands you can think of that have some sort of Main Street.
I didn't realize there was
spectacular.
one in China and Japan.
If you
Yeah,
don't
they're
know
doing pretty
this,
well.
They are doing
the
pretty well for themselves over
windows
there.
on Main Street USA at Disneyland serve sort of as credits
Opening credits.
for the park because they have little hidden, sneaky tributes to puns.
They're very punny.
Surrounding.
very punny.
Now,
Very
now
punny.
there's a lot of Disney legends, but originally it was people who helped build the theme parks and stuff like that. And they've
A lot
added
of the ones
more
at
over the
Disneyland are
years.
not Disney legends. They're not even Disney cast members or employees. They're like companies that help build Disneyland to begin with.
This
See?
guy, he
Yeah,
clearly wrote
see,
a book
clearly.
about it.
Clearly.
He could write a book about it, and he did. So Jeff Heimbuch has taken the Disney Main Street windows where people know maybe one or two, like, oh, I know that's a tribute to Bob Gurr, or that's a tribute to this person. And Jeff Heimbuch decided.
Why do you have to say the full name every time like a question? I don't understand why this is a thing.
Your name isn't Jeff to me. If someone said Jeff, I would honestly.
Who's Jeff? I have no idea.
I would honestly be like, who?
I think that's my cousin's
Actually,
stepdad.
the first time I ever heard your name, people would call you Heimbuch. Adam and all those guys that are like, Heimbuch,
that's true.
Dr. Heimbuch. So
Adam
Jeff
calls me
Heimbuch
Heimbuch.
is just, I don't know. And anyway, they can Google it on Amazon.
I think I call you Jeff Heimbuch
Google
when I
it on
text you.
Amazon?
It's a thing
Yeah,
people do.
don't worry
Good
about
question.
it. Just go with it.
Okay,
So-
going with it.
Never
He
say no in
decided
improv.
to write the ultimate encyclopedia to all the Main Street windows at all the main streets. How many main streets are there?
There are 5 Main Street-like streets. The one in Tokyo is called the World Bazaar, so it's not actually a main street.
Well, then that doesn't count.
It does count.
I'm just kidding.
Because there's still trivia windows, and it's in the book.
So take us through it page by page.
So I was trying to formulate a response to that one too.
We are being completely literal.
Page 3 is a forward as told by Rolly Crump.
Yes, finally!
really?
You switched it up.
The first forward is by Rolly, and then William Sully Sullivan is the second forward.
Who doesn't know Sully Soul?
We all know Sully Sullivan.
Yeah,
I don't.
Well, he ruined that one. He worked at Walt Disney World for many.
I'm just saying I
many
don't know him
years.
personally.
Oh, well, personally.
So
Neither do I.
how's the book laid out? I haven't read it yet because somebody won't give me a copy.
You haven't seen the book? Have you actually
You haven't seen it?
I've held it in my hands.
I've held it in my
admired
hands.
Oh, so you have held it. You held it in my hands in the back
It's
seat.
actually beautiful.
I held your hand in the back seat.
You
That's
did.
true, yeah.
It was very.
nice.
It was cute. We watched
was
the
a
movie
cool day.
together. It was really nice.
So it's like what is
Wait,
it?
what? I don't even know what the
Describe
question was.
Describe the book.
Come on, man.
So on the left-hand side, you have what the window actually says and like a little mini biography about the person that it is paying a tribute to. And on the right-hand side is an actual photograph of the window.
So it's just
very
like Harry
simple.
Potter.
It is just like Harry Potter. And then if you look at it, you can see where the window is, and you can actually walk to it, and the book will show you where you're walking.
And what is the actual
I'm
title?
kidding. That's
What's
not
the
actually
actual-
happening.
What is
That
the
was so
actual
amazing.
title? With no jokes. What
It is called Main Street Windows, a whimsical guide to Disney. No, I'm sorry. Main Street
don't know the
Windows,
title of
a
your
guide
book,
to
dude.
Disney's whimsical tributes. That's what it's called.
Okay. Main Street Windows, a guide to Disney's
Whimsical tributes.
by
Jeff
Jeff
Heimbuch.
Dude.
question mark.
No question mark.
Did you
So,
think
if
about
you-
putting the question
No,
mark
did you
in?
see the original cover?
Yeah, with you
Who
on
did
it.
the cover artwork?
Emma Leavitt did the wonderful artwork, and then when I asked her to see what it looked like, she sent me a portion where a question mark after my name, which I thought was hilarious. And then
Heimbuch?
later on, I noticed that there was a picture of Justin in the window itself, and now that cover is actually sitting in my office.
That's
on
amazing.
my
Please
bulletin
Instagram
board.
that to whenever this podcast
When this goes
comes
out, I will Instagram that photograph, and you can see that at Jeff Heimbuch.
At Jeff Heimbuch?
Heimbuch?
No question mark, because you will never find it.
You should do that with your Instagram.
I don't
now.
think they allow
They don't allow.
question marks or
Punctuation of any
exclamation
kind.
points or
You're going to
any
be
of
the
that.
exception.
except for periods,
Periods and you can have an underscore.
because everyone. It's just-
No,
no,
we're not gonna go
no,
there.
we're not
Let's
gonna do that.
move on.
Family show.
What's wrong?
Oh, he lost his eyeballs! Oh my god!
Justin just murdered a
Justin
puppet.
just
I just
destroyed
killed
my
a
puppet.
puppet.
Oh,
This is
no.
so unentertaining
No, this
for a
is not.
podcast.
Okay.
You
This
can't
is
see
totally a
anything
visual
visual.
thing, and you can't see it
If
right now.
you, like this puppet, can no longer see, what happened is I picked up one of Jeff Heimbuch's, a
Muppets?
piece of his collection of puppets, his vast collection of puppets.
Pretty weird, but
I
kinda
have 3
cool.
puppets, guys.
And,
Come on, that's not a vast collection.
It's more than I have.
All right, fair enough.
More than
I'll
2
accept that.
puppets,
Yeah.
which is the
More
maximum
than 2?
number most people are allowed.
More
And,
than 2 is a
he's-
collection?
He instead of eyeballs, he's got these little cute glasses. Which
Because
are
he's like
almost
me.
completely detached. And I picked up the puppet, the glasses fell off, so he's blind.
Blind Muppets. Oh god.
Segue.
Thank you, Tyler.
Okay, so
That's
actually,
amazing.
that reminded
That's what
me
we
of
gotta
a thing
do
I
from
made
now
Segue
on.
from
about
that one.
Yeah.
my driver's test, the written test to get my driver's license. I only got one question wrong. I mean, I just disgruntled about this. Is totally off topic, but it came from
I love this
Thanksgiving and
anyway,
it's
yeah. related
related to blindness, which is because we were talking about this on Thanksgiving. Which is the one spot on my spotless record there was that they asked. It was all in the phrasing.
Yep.
Who is allowed? Who is allowed? That's the key thing. Allowed,
is
not who is
allowed?
likely to. Not who is supposed to. Who is allowed to walk down the street with a white cane with a red tip? And my answer was D, everyone, or whatever the multiple choice thing was. For anyone is allowed to own a white cane and paint the tip whatever color they want. This is America.
Yep.
And
The
the
land of
answer,
Thanksgiving.
and they said, that is wrong. A blind person. I was like, yeah, that was option A. I saw that. A blind person is most likely
What
to.
was option B and C then?
I don't know. The deaf person, I think, was one of them. Like something.
Why would a deaf person have a cane? I don't
dog
understand.
They can if they want it.
Well, they
But
can,
the
yes.
thing is, they
They are
can
allowed
if they
to.
want to. And I got a demerit for that. And I still got my driver's license, clearly.
I should be writing this down
Not-
because I didn't get my California driver's license.
Me
yet,
neither,
so I
man.
should- High five, Tower.
Yes.
Apparently, in the state of California, it is illegal to have a cane with a red tip.
Are you serious?
No, it's not.
According to the driving test.
According to the
driving
driver's test.
test.
Okay.
So I take issue with that. So
I'm not going to believe
since
that.
the head of the
100%.
DMV is an avid Live Fast Die podcast listener,
He might be.
that's
And
my complaint.
If that's the case, I've only lived in California a week, which is why
Yeah, as have I.
Die podcast.
I had just gotten here
Yep.
permanently.
I don't.
Gotten?
I
Got
have
here?
just gotten
I just
to
came.
here, to
That
California.
reminds me of the time we were looking for Taco Bell in Hollywood, me and some friends of mine.
Mm-hmm.
We're driving around and we could not find a Taco. There isn't really a Taco Bell in Hollywood.
Segway, by the way.
Segway.
Street part of
Segway.
Hollywood. So we just kept driving around looking for one. We're getting all the way over to West Hollywood. We're getting all the way down to Beverly Hills. We're asking people, hey, on the side of the road, do you know where there's a Taco Bell around here? And then people go, Taco Bell. Taco Bell. To the point where we just start driving away because they clearly didn't know. And one guy goes, Taco Bell, 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 Taco Bell.
He was Canadian.
I just came! And threw up his arms like, I don't know. We're like, what? And he's like, I just came from Russia. And we gave up. We went to Costa Rica.
Why were you looking for a Taco Bell?
I don't know. We
That's
wanted
not
to
even
eat
that
it.
good.
Dude.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? It's horrific.
Me and,
Before when I could eat wheat, Taco Bell was my favorite bell of all the bells.
half Segway.
Okay.
I went to
This is just the bonus round
was
because we're already
great.
done.
I went to New York City with my brother once
No.
in 2008, and it was just after that. Harold
Why don't you call me?
It was just after that Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, whatever movie came out.
That was a great movie.
There was legitimately
No comment.
a White Castle next
White
to.
White Kiss.
Come on, guys.
All right.
That's
This-
racist.
I'm telling
White
a
Kiss?
story.
Sorry, go
No,
on.
I'm just kidding. There was a White Castle like close to Madison Square Garden, apparently.
Not anymore.
And we really wanted to find it because we'd never had White Castle. So we asked a bunch of people. It was right after that movie. It was the most annoying thing in the world. Because we were legitimately like, hey, where's White Castle? We can't find White Castle. And they were all just like, haha, I get it. Move on.
Did you meet up with Neil Patrick Harris and he helped you find it?
But the only person who helped us was this girl from Louisiana. And I was like, see? Southerners are nice to each other. New Yorkers are mean.
I have always found that when I'm in Manhattan, and
Mm-hmm.
granted that Manhattan is comprised mostly of people who aren't really from New York to begin
That
with,
is a fair point.
everyone is really polite. It's the people on Long Island that are.
Are you
usually
going
more
to
rude.
the same Manhattan
Yeah,
that I've been
everyone's
to?
been really nice to me. Maybe I just have that goofy look on my face, and people just.
Are
take
you
pity
staying
on
in
me.
Times Square, or are
Cool.
you going beyond
I'm
that?
going all over the place.
'Cause you're
Uptown,
Italian, man.
downtown. Yeah, maybe that's it.
Maybe you
man.
just look like a native New Yorker. That's why they're so nice to you.
Everyone's
I
just-
look like I'm from
everyone's
Jersey.
just really cool to me for some reason. Then I get onto Long Island, anywhere beyond Queens, anywhere out where there are actually fields, and people are just so cruel and mean. And I want to remind them that my great grandfather came there in 1640 and helped found the town of Hempstead. So just putting that out there.
Traded
Right.
the Isle
I
of
belong
Manhattan
there.
for a bag of marbles.
And his cousin was the
I
first.
still play with those
was
marbles
the
today.
first English mayor or governor of New York.
Citation needed.
So there you go.
I don't think you could tell that story without knowing what he
Thomas
actually was.
Willits. That's his name. I don't know if he
Well,
was
there-
mayor or governor, but he was in charge. He was the man in charge.
He was the king
He was the king of
of Manhattan.
Prussia.
king of
Russia. King of Russia.
king of New
I
York.
got that reference.
And on
I
that
know
note,
what
I
that
am
is.
finished.
Boom.
All right. I'm so glad that we did this again.
Are you?
This was a lot of
Because
fun.
I'm not sure if
Are we
you
finished now?
I think we're
Or
pretty
Russian?
close to done. Oh!
We're in a rush
I don't
to get
understand.
finished.
I don't understand what he's
Third
saying.
grade jokes. I
We're
love
in a
it.
rushing to get finished.
I don't get it.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Well,
Did you go to public school?
No. I did.
that's why he can write books now.
Yep. Because you learned good to
Did
write.
I learn good to write?
I don't know. I didn't follow you.
That sounds correct.
I only
rock
met you like
journalist.
6 months ago. So. It's hard to tell. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Live Fast Die Poor podcast. We love you. And we really
clicking
do.
in.
Or clicking
Clicking
in.
in.
Tell your friends if you want to. If you don't, hey, it's your journey, man. I'm not going to tell you what to do. We're friends already.
Listen, you could listen to the next one that we do. Could
Which-
be the worst decision of your life.
Or it could be the best.
It could be the
Or the
best,
best.
decision of your life.
I mean, they may be
You
deciding that right
decide.
now as well.
But remember, guys, just by listening to this podcast, you've done your duty. So now you can go home and sleep
Well.